All right, let's give a reaction to Dan Quinn's basically interview to being the head, his introduction to being the head coach of the Detroit Lions. He was here when the Lions were 0-16. He clarified that he got injured week 1. Let's talk about the interview. I think a lot of guys like the interview. So check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and yeah, it was just he was fired up. He even cussed a couple times, and you can see why they liked him. Very engaging. Probably not gonna win a speech contest, or if you went to school, if you went to college, you had the public speaking class. If you had the public speaking class, he's not gonna win that. But you know what? Engaging, seems to have a vision. And one thing that stuck out to me, a couple things stuck out. I'm gonna talk about one of them was how Sean Payton gave him the game, how to be a successful head coach, from game management. And he said he had a couple offers. Then basically Sean Payton basically schooled him up, gamed him up. It's like, you know what? I know you know this, but I'm going to show you how to do the draft. I'm going to show you how to manage. I'm going to show you how to do this and do that. And everything he got from him and Mickey Loomis, who was the GM of the New Orleans Saints, everything he got from them, I think that's probably going to help him be a successful head coach. And I'm pretty sure that line is going to be open if he do have some confusion or he don't understand something, that Sean Payton is going to help him through. And that's the type of brotherhood and type of connection, you come from. He said he learned from Bill Parcells too. We all know Bill Parcells had Bill Belichick, Nick Saban on the tree, and all of that. So, his disciples have been very, very successful, and I think he ready. People say, well, why nobody else interview him? And that's a valid question, but then again, he seemed to be the right guy for the job right now, and I think he won a lot of people over with the interview. Another thing that stuck out to me was him saying that he's not going to guarantee wins. He said, you heard that shit before. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to basically promise to put out the best product that we can, the most physical. And we're going to scrap. We get knocked down. We're going to get up. We're going to bust some kneecaps, get back up, bust some more kneecaps. And he said, we're going to have a physical, blue-collar type of team, man. And that's what you want, a team that represents the city. And we had the Pistons that represented us very well. Hard-working, teamwork, blue-collar type of team. And we never got that from the Lions, we always was this prancy, sexy, pretty, beautiful, up and down, passing offense, Mike Mars, Scott Linehan, going through the air, but it never represented us. A tough, scrappy, blue-collar city that just keep getting up and just showing a lot of heart. And the Lions, they never really showed us that, in my lifetime. They never been a team that's been scrappy. They always been this pretty, dome team that just love to be finesse, and we need a team that's, we're going to knock you in the mouth on offense and defense and special teams. And I think that's what he bringing. He bringing the physicality. He bringing, he bringing a physical approach, and, people ask him, like, what is his vision as far as, offense and defense? And he basically said, take advantage of our strengths on a week-to-week basis on their weaknesses, and you got to love it. And he said basically featuring Swift in the slot, and getting the matchup on the wheel linebacker, and just basically what we want. And that's what Belichick, Josh McDaniels do week to week, Sometimes it's not as successful as others, but what they do is they see where you're weak at, and they get a totally different game plan from week 1, from week 2 to week 2 to week 3. Now, if they find a team that's similar to week 1 to week 4, of course they're going to go with the same game plan, but they're going to put their strengths on your weaknesses. Or, really a lot of other people impose their strength, no matter if it's strength on strength. They impose their strength on your strength and make your strength a weakness, and that's what you want. That's what you want. You want a head coach that's going to preach and basically, adopt a game plan, that's pretty much tailored to the opponent we face each week. And that's what you want. And that's what we want. You don't want the same game plan going to week 1 to week 5 to week 4 to week all that. That's what Patricia was doing. He was asked about the previous regime. He basically didn't speak on it. He said, I can't speak on something that I wasn't watching closely. And that's facts. I like that. If you're doing your thing in New Orleans, you're assistant head coach, what you worried about Detroit for? Other than that, man, he was just asked a lot of things. They brought up his past, the questions about what he said at the bonfire from Texas A&M leading up to the Texas game. He basically said, his fiance, now wife, checked him at the time, and, and basically what he said, that I'm glad to go to a university in Texas A&M that women like men and men like women. And some people took some people didn't like that. Obviously people that, were homosexual. And, to me, it wasn't no big deal. People are just too sensitive in this politically correct, atmosphere. But you want to get that out the way. And then obviously they asked, they asked Ryder, Matt, and Sheila, did they do a proper background check on Dan Campbell? My whole thing with Matt Patricia, and I defend him on this until the day I die or he die. My whole thing with that was this. He was acquitted. So why are we bringing up something or somebody passed that was acquitted of? I'm not going to find that in the criminal charge. You're probably going to find it in a newspaper or whatever article, but in his background, if you go to Michigan, you get Otis, or you go to a federal background search, I'm not going to find nothing that he was acquitted of. Well, the girl didn't want to take the stand, and well, that's her fault. I didn't, she didn't want to take the stand, and she ain't that hell bent on getting me prosecuted. If I did something wrong, then I'm not trying to hear that. And it would have got ugly had the Detroit media did that to a black head coach. Imagine Caldwell getting up there, excuse me, saying, well, we heard you was cheating on your wife with a mistress in Indianapolis. And to me, that's weak. That's weak. Now, if I was convicted of something, I'm pretty sure the Lions would have knew. But overall, he's just what you want, man. He was real jittery. Seemed like he wanted to go to work. He talked about him and Brad relationship. And basically, it was confirmed that, Brad Holmes had basically no control over hiring Dan Quinn. And basically, they forced to work together. He said they talked to each other, and they're going to be working on a weekend. And he basically said that they got some of the same contacts, and he did his research on Brad. I'm pretty sure Brad did his research on him. And they're going to have to try to make it jump. And he said that we're going to hire some coordinators as well, too. That, basically Brad is going, if Brad say, I don't like this guy, he said basically he going to give a second look at it. So basically him and Brad is attached at the hip. I think Brad, I don't know how long Brad got, but I know Dan Campbell got 6 years. I'm pretty sure Brad is around that same thing. And really, the only thing I can give, and they grilled Sheila and Rod in the beginning and all that, right? The only thing I can really give is, my support. I supported Matt Patricia, support everybody before him. And he seemed like a guy that wanted to be a winner. He seemed like a guy that don't want a bull job. He don't want to promise no wins. He just want to promise he gonna put the best product that he can, the most physical product that he can, the most smartest product that he can. And it seemed like he really at the point where he's ready to sympathize with the younger player. He talked about players breaking the rules, being late. And of course, he's gonna cuss him out, but he want to sit down and know why he was late because people got stuff going on, and they do. Just because you got a lot of money don't mean your problems go away. Don't mean you become a punctual person. People come late. Some people granted to come late. What if you stuck with your baby, or you don't have a babysitter, or something happened. So you really kind of want to get to know the person, and people gonna be late. Like shit, must got an accident. Or it was an accident on 75, or or really it's either 94. It depends on what they come off of. Or self-fruit. I remember my mom. I think she was right there when Stafford almost got hit off. What was that? Like right there on South and Joy Road. And when the bridge collapsed, and when Stafford almost got hit, she was right there in the same car, seeing the same car as Stafford. And they almost barely made it. But, we see what he do. He was asked about Matt Stafford and basically said that it's a little bit premature and he's a stud, and he wants to win right now. So, he's all about getting free agents. He talked about a lot of stuff. So, he was there for a while, answered some questions, talked for a little longer than he answered the questions, it seemed like. And, I think he's very engaging. It's going to be interesting to see, basically who they hire as a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. He revealed that Aaron Glenn is in talks with the Lions and a few other teams. So, I look forward to, seeing, pretty much how he work out. And, of course, we all going to give our support because we're tired of losing. We want to win in Detroit. So, shout out to Dan Campbell. And he also said he's going to be being downtown, and he's going to question people and see if they know him, see what you think about the new Lions head coach. And he said if you don't know it's him, he going to grill him. He said in a nice way. So, if you this guy, if you downtown and, you see a big-ass 6'5", 6'6" guy ask you, you probably pretty much need to know that's Dan Campbell. So, sorry for the dogs barking. But, hey, let me know what you guys think. I was impressed. And I look forward to supporting Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Don't forget, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video request, all our social media links, subscription. Fast way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. You want to make a donation, Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate. Share the video. Let me know what you thought about the press conference in the comment section. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Good for the Motor City Sports Talk. We on.